Right, so here we are again, a Geek Speak show at Image Comic Expo, the inaugural Image Comic Expo, celebrating 20 years of Image Comics. You weren't one of the founders, obviously. Chris Hardwick, everybody doesn't really need an introduction. You guys know him already.
They don't necessarily know. Like,
Yeah.
who's that guy at this weird restaurant? that
Okay,
we're in?
for the two of you that don't know who he is, who are you?
I don't even know most of the time. I host stuff. I'm a comedian. You can't say comic to people who read comics. They're like, "What do you mean you're a comic?" I am a comedian. Yeah, I have a website and a podcast and a bunch of stuff. And I host The Talking Dead, which follows The Walking Dead.
Yeah, a little show you guys might have heard about it. But let's talk Image since it is Image Comic Expo. How do you see? First of all, were you a comic reader when you were younger?
Yeah, I was a comic reader when I was younger. I kind of veered off. My best friend when I was growing up, we used to go buy comics together every week, and then he took me up and showed me his comic collection, and it was so insane. Like, he would buy 2 issues every week, and he would keep them both in the Mylar. And one of them he would read, but still put gingerly back in. And so he had 2 of everything separate. He was so OCD about it. And I was like, shit, I don't think I'm going to be the... I thought that's what you had to do. And so I sort of veered off from comics and went to tech. So I got into computers and chess and stuff like that. But obviously, but recently I've been more into comics than I was when I was a kid.
And besides, well, you mentioned comics, but tech, I'm assuming. But what other stuff do you geek out about? Although you describe yourself as a nerd from Nerdist.com.
Sure.
What kind of stuff does Chris Hardwick geek out about?
Well, just in terms of like stuff you can put your hands on, I geek out about technology big time. Sci-fi, Doctor Who, which I feel like I don't shut up about. I'm such a huge fan of. But I also geek out about. Oh, and I've been playing Skyrim for the last 2.5 months. I can't put that down. And processes. I like processes. I like to figure out, much in the same way that someone will like rip apart a toaster and see how it works. I like to talk to people and figure out how things get made and why they do the things that they do. So I'm sort of a process nerd that way.
You ever play with Legos when you were a kid?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Legos and Lincoln Logs and like Duplo and like everything, all of it.
And there's a Lego there.
Lego right there. Yeah, exactly. Just like that guy.
Yeah, so one thing that we all geek out, nerd out, have nerdgasms, geekgasms all about is something that's happening leading up to Comic-Con this year, and that is Course of the Force.
Course of the Force, yeah.
Yeah, talk about that.
So we, at Nerdist, we decided that we wanted to do a Olympic-style torch run, running down the California coast, like basically running at Comic-Con screaming with a lightsaber torch relay. So everyone runs quarter-mile segments starts in Santa Monica, and then goes for 5 days to San Diego. And all the money that from the run segments is going to charity. So we just thought, what kind of a fun way to kind of run a Comic-Con yelling with a lightsaber in your hand, dressed up as whatever character you want.
They're allowed to dress up, right?
Yeah. We're encouraging it. You don't have to be a Star Wars character. You could be anything you want to cosplay as, and we're just hoping that it's sort of just taking the con out of the con floor for a couple days leading up to it, just to kind of sort of like stretching before because anyone who's been to every day of Comic-Con every year, it is fun, but it is exhausting. So this is just sort of a warm up before you actually get to the con.
If anybody is watching and they want to get involved, but they're thinking, well, I'm not very athletic, it doesn't matter, does it? It's just for fun. It's
just for fun, yeah. It's just a quarter-mile segment, and you can go and support people, and then we're doing parties every night along the way in the cities down the coast.
You guys will be covered on your podcast.
Yeah, we'll be covering stuff, and we'll be covering stuff on the Nerdist channel on YouTube, and so hopefully people turn out and want to run for it. I mean, and it is California in the summer. It'll be beautiful, like running down the beach.
Yeah. So especially over there in the San Diego area.
Just be careful if you're gonna like Wookiee cosplay or anything that is too, Are you gonna run?
Rome over there behind the camera is gonna.
Be careful that don't go like Mech Warrior or something, because you'll die from the heat exhaustion.
Now, the lightsaber, you're gonna provide it or?
Yes. We're providing. Hasbro's providing limited edition lightsabers. So if someone buys a run segment, they get their own limited edition Course of the Force lightsaber.
The FX ones or the plastic ones, or what kind of lightsaber? Do you know?
I haven't seen them yet. It's not the ones. I know the ones you're talking about, like the cones where they go. No, it's not going to be those. So we're really looking forward to just kind of raising money for a good cause, for Make-A-Wish, and and just having fun.
What's the website if somebody wants to sign up? And
Courseoftheforce.com.
of course, easy for you.
Yeah, it's easy to remember.
And his is nerdist.com.
Nerdist.com.
His product is on there. You can a whole bunch of just go there. You'll love it. And again, congratulations on Talking Dead.
Thanks,
We
man.
all of us love that. We love Walking Dead. Love watching you afterwards talk about it.
Thanks, man.
Anything else you want to plug while we have you?
Well, I don't really want to plug anything. This is really. I got to ImageCon last night, Image Expo last night, and it's really cool. Like you're like, oh shit, yeah, this is what a Comic Con is supposed to be. Like so many Comic Cons, sort of like kick the comic part out, in favor of more like Hollywoody stuff, which is fine. But it's really nice to see. This is just devoted to artists and writers, and so I bought a ton of comic art last night.
Yeah, this brings back memories for me because this is how much of a geek I am. More than 20 years ago now. Remember Spider-Man when he got married in the comic books?
Yeah.
They actually had a bachelor party for him here.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was here, and I was like 10, 12 years old at the time. And I just went crazy because I'd never been to a comic convention before till then. And I just went crazy buying everything. And I spent all my money. I couldn't get home. I got stuck here.
You got stuck here?
Yeah.
At this hotel?
Yeah. So I had to call my
Spider-Man's
uncle.
party?
Yeah, he was. Stan Lee was here. Spider-Man was here.
Did Mary Jane come in while he was shooting webbing all over some stripper's boobs?
No, Green Goblin did, and
okay, gotcha.
ruined everything, like
sorry.
Green Goblins tend to do. So this is exactly like you said. This is exactly what a comic convention should be. Nothing wrong with, like you said, with like the Comic Cons and all of those.
It's really nice to see a pure one,
Yeah.
just like Just Comics. I saw Blair Butler here earlier too, who's on G4 and does Fresh Ink for Attack of the Show, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, although they do like the Hollywood stuff. Look at the line over there. That's all for you. The Walking Dead panel. That's coming up.
I am a traffic
Okay,
cop.
Robert Kirkman too,
For
but
Kirkman,
they want to
yeah,
see
for
you
Kirkman
too.
and Norman and Steve,
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so again, Chris Hardwick, Nerdist.com. You can find everything on there. And that's it. Thanks, Chris.
Would you like a salt egg?
Sure.
There you go.
Thank you. These don't crack, do they?